I'm Hannah Pennock, and today I'll be talking about two scenarios from the book about innocent people whose circumstances changed once they spoke to the police. Leonard Fraser and Eddie Lowry were two men who were completely innocent before speaking to the police and fell into trials for committing crimes that they didn't commit, based on confessing to crimes. Fraser participated in giving a false confession for murdering 14-year-old Natasha Ryan, who then turned out to be living with her boyfriend and alive, which solved the missing persons case. Though she turned out to be alive, Fraser only would have been committed based on his confession, despite a lack of other evidence to prove he should be convicted. Lowry was involved in a rape and murder questioning. He continued to tell his story, but as hours went by, he gave a confession and served over 20 years in prison before he was proved to be innocent. Both of these cases explain why speaking to the police can lead to false confessions and prove that speaking to the police can make people feel hopeless or trapped and unfortunately will use any means to end the questioning. Let's look at some reasons why the author James Duane advises not speaking to the police. Police can lie to you because it can lead to waiving the right to be silent. They can lie about crimes they're investigating, if you are a suspect, how your answers will be received, if there will be further prosecution against you, what is on or off the record, and if others have spoken against your statements. The book especially highlights that police officers can offer help, but it can be the very reason for them to incriminate you. Police officers can lie just to change your argument, whether truly innocent or guilty, for their statement to lead to a turning point or a greater progress in the case. The information given can be used to hurt your case or has to follow the laws of evidence, which only allows for certain pieces of information depending on the amount it relates to the case. Police officers are trained to be unbiased, calm, and level-headed. They are not always truly feeling this way, and they cannot know everything. They can act out of embarrassment if they are following the wrong lead. They also can act out of emotions and are easily frustrated based on the intensity of the question. Also, the legal system is imperfect, and police officers are trained based on the system. Based on the way a police officer persuades a suspect, speaking to the police can lead to admitting to crimes that you didn't commit. Additionally, you could be falsely convicted based on your answers to simple questions without remembering details that can really prove your innocence in the case. Your initial answers to the police officers stick. It can be difficult to change your argument without it seeming invalid or incriminating. You must be completely aware of each answer, especially when dealing with cases such as rape or domestic abuse. Misinformation can prove you are the right suspect, make you look guilty. You can be prosecuted for lying separate to the case, and the police officer can omit what you said. Police officers can also forget or mishear your statement, which can lead to greater legal trouble for the suspect. James Duane advice in speaking with the police would be to say something that reminds the police officers that you are aware of your constitutional rights. Silence will not be used as expressing guilt. Speak to ensure you a speedy interrogation. Do not tell a lie, and speak thoughtfully. Do not plead the Fifth, and mention the Sixth Amendment, which is a right to a lawyer, because this implies that you would be willing to talk as long as the lawyer is present. Whether you choose to talk after the lawyer is present depends on the case and the person. Although I respect the author's advice to some extent, I'm even more nervous to speak to the police than I was before. A friend and mentor of mine has close connections to the Fullerton Police Department, and she brings police officers to elementary schools to encourage kids and their communities to reach out to the police whenever they're feeling unsafe. But after reading this book, I have learned that while you should still reach out to the police if you can offer help or if you need it, you must also recognize that you have legal rights and you can offer help, but be sure of your statements, as your words can incriminate you depending on how you deliver them. You have the right to remain innocent has taught me that the legal system is imperfect, and for their own protection, anyone living in the U.S. must be aware of how to help law enforcement without facing self-incrimination or risking a wrongful incrimination of someone else.